role in your risk.
I saw that temperature dial on that last frame showing 100. Well, some of us actually did hit 100 degrees this afternoon, and it's areas like Fredericton. But right now we are looking at a calm, clear night. I got a glance at the moon before I walked in here, and we're starting to notice some of those clouds starting to come back overhead. But real quick, before I show you what our radar is looking like, looking at our temperatures, most of us are into those mid-80s. Now we still have Fredericktown sitting at 91. Again, they were earlier at 100 degrees. So 10 degrees difference eventually gets us down to those lower 90s, and we're going to continue to drop slightly as we go through the evening hours. Now our heat index still feeling like those lower to mid 90s. Look at that though, Cape Girardeau, Sikeston trying for those upper 90s, and sitting at 97 feels like temperature. So all across, it's still very humid and muggy. We still have that heat advisory in effect for all of our counties in our viewing area. This goes until Saturday evening, expiring at 7. So there's going to be a lot to track. I mean, tonight it's hot, it's muggy, and as we go towards our weekend, I know that a lot of you have a lot of plans, and some of you guys are having a plan against the heat, but we're also going to be trying to plan against some of those storms that have now sneaked their way into the forecast. And it's coming in for our Sunday as well. So tonight things do look pretty calm. Temperatures though a little worrisome, and when I say worrisome, I mean they are still very hot and muggy. Around this time of the night going into the early morning hours, we shouldn't be hitting those lower 80s. We should be into those mid 70s, and hopefully we get a good chance at that before the early morning sunrise around 5:30. But it's still going to be hot and humid. So waking up for you for your Saturday morning, we are going to be looking at temperatures back into those upper 70s. Now, we are tracking our next system that is on the horizon. We've seen a lot of severe weather now moving through parts of the northern parts of Illinois, and eventually that will make its way here by tomorrow. So by the time that you wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures again pretty warm. We are going to be watching a few chances of scattered showers and storms. Latest models showing that we could even try for the triple digits, not just the heat index, but it will be something to watch because of course you have the cloud cover that can diminish some of our temperatures. But notice this cold front eventually, there we go, starts to move in around 5 o'clock. We are looking at some potential for some widespread rain and storms, that primarily for southeast Missouri, but really anywhere along that line of that cold front pushing down to the south and east. That's where you can get some of your damaging winds, some of your hail. At this point though, we really do need the rain. So that moves out as we go into the early morning hours, but behind the cold front, there's still some chances by Sunday afternoon as temperatures are going back into those lower 90s. Here we are around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We can get another chance of scattered showers and storms, but we're not done with the chances of tracking weather. I mentioned that we are potentially going to be seeing some strong winds and some hail with that. We do have a level 1 out of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center, but we're also not done tracking the heat. The heat does stay around after the weekend, going back up into those lower to mid 90s with the heat index not stopping there. So the wet and hot weather sadly is staying around. We are going to be continuing to track some of that heat dome, that high pressure continuing to stay in our area. Not good news because our drought monitor, we are still fairly dry. We are still actively in a drought. So real quickly, I have some river levels for you. We have the Current River at Doniphan, 1 foot. That's not good. We have the St. Francis River in Patterson. We have that at 4 feet. A little bit further off to our east, the Ohio River, Shawneetown, not terrible, sitting at 15 feet, but the worrisome area, Big Muddy River, right now 16 feet, going down by next Friday to 5 feet. Same thing for the Ohio River at Caro, 13 feet now, going down to 9 feet. So we are going to see those areas going into the lower values, and of course the heat, the drought does not help that. And if you want to track some of those showers and storms, again, that Storm Track 3 app is great to have, but don't forget WSILTV.com has a full list of cooling centers that you can find, especially when you find yourself in the 7 to 10 day forecast going forward, and you have that heat staying with us along with the chances of showers and storms. So it's good to know, be careful.
Right.
Yeah, good advice there. All right, thank you, Emily.